Living life a Bay kid, I'm Bay affiliated.
Bada boom, bada bing. All right. We are live.
Live, baby.
Bay affiliated. Episode 2. Episode 3. Take 1. Hold on. Let me get this going in the background. You got the Cowboys playing in the background.
Yeah, you already know they stinking it up.
Relax, bro. Chill with all that. We're not gonna tolerate any
Cowboy slander.
yeah, Dallas Cowboys slander.
My team winning, so that's all that matters.
But we're here, Bay Affiliated, episode 3.
So 3.
My name is Ray Sean, the homie Ray, just Ray, whatever you want to call it. The game's not working right now. I'll get that situated. And I'm here with my boy, my friend, my teammate, just a good brother that I've met, that I've come to grow closer than I thought I would. Someone I could truly call my friend, and I'm sure will be cool for the rest of our lives. But this is my boy, Jordan Grant. Welcome to the podcast, my boy.
I appreciate it, bro. One thing I do want to start off with, bro. I'm really seeing what you're doing with this, bro. Setting the foundation down. You set down a really, really good foundation, for this. You know what I'm saying? I think this is something that my generation needs to hear. Generation above me and underneath me. So I'm just saying you're doing a really good job here, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
I definitely got to get my flowers.
Appreciate it, bro. And that's exactly what I want to do, bro. Like, just create a space for people just like us, guys just like us, athletes. Not only just athletes, but mainly just young, what I mean, young men, especially right now, bro. I think it's definitely needed. The more spaces that are created like this, the better for young men coming up right now in today's society, today's world. I don't see any, as long as I'm spreading positivity, I'm not on the bull. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see a negative from it, especially you can monetize it, and anything can happen, bro. Anything can happen, bro. But yeah, so we'll get into it. Again, if you see me look down, it's because I got little notes right here. So I touched about it. Okay, let's see. So let's tell the people. Let's start. Like, where are you from? They already know I'm in Germany playing football, so they, what I mean. How'd you get here? Basically, beginning, middle, end, however way you want to spin it. I've cleaned out the phone, so we're just gonna go into get up.
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, the grade 314. But according to Ray, all my past ex got orange hair. They used to chew on rocks.
That's what I say about all my boys from like St. Louis, Ohio, anywhere in the Midwest, some real like grimy places.
They chew on rocks and got orange, and their exes got orange hair.
They all look like Sexy Red.
She actually running the industry right now.
You're not wrong. Shout out to St. Louis.
Shout out St. Louis and Sexy. But yeah, so I had an internship. Well, I went to Culver Stockton College. I graduated back in December of 2021. And I had an internship over at Chaddock and Quincy, Illinois. And there was this guy who actually played for New York Alliance last year. His name was Adakeem Brown. And we kind of chopped it up a little bit. And I expressed to him that I wanted to play football after college or just have some type of opportunity. And he was just telling me like, hey, just sign up on Europlayers, put out your film, and start reaching out to coaches. And now I'm here.
That's dope. So like, before you talked to him, you didn't know anything about
I didn't even know
European football.
Yeah, I didn't know that European football existed. You know what I'm saying? I was just assuming, just soccer, rugby and things like that. I didn't know like American football was played out here.
Same, bro. Like that's kind of like what happened to me. Well, like my friend Nico, he graduated like a year before me in high school, and he came out here and played a while ago. Like this was still back when I was like I told you when I had dropped out and shit. Like he was already playing over here like 2016, 17, 18, 19. He was already playing over here, and like I asked him how he did it, and he said Euro players, and ever since then, I knew when I went back to school, I just kept that in the back of my mind. I'll just throw my stuff up on Euro players and see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that's another thing I want to do with this is like because a lot of kids in college right now they don't know about they don't know they can come play
Overseas.
over here and get
Yeah.
paid and like have a whole life if they want to. You feel me? So this is just free game for anyone. Like if you're in JUCO, high school, college right now, and you don't think you're going to the NFL, you can. There's a bunch of leagues, bro. You can come overseas and still get paid and make decent money to live the dream. You know
And
what
you
I'm
also
saying?
get a great experience. You're able to travel. You got free time to travel, meet new people, great teammates, and things like that. So it's most definitely a good deal.
And that leads me into the next topic, like. So what would you say is like some of the pros and some of the cons about playing football overseas? Let's give them a little insight.
Okay.
Not too much.
Pros. Okay, I got
We
you.
don't want to get.
Oh, baby. But one of the cons I would say, honestly, is just obviously the level of competition over here.
Mm.
I think that's one of the cons for me. And another one is that when you come out here, it's not like everyone has that same passion as you do. Some of these people is just a hobby to them, and I had to realize that like in my first 2 years, like some of this stuff was a hobby for the German players or the homegrowns. Pro for me was just being able to travel and having another opportunity to play football because you really don't get a chance to go overseas or let alone to another country. So many people I know back home that always say, "Man, I wish I traveled more," and things like that. And just having the opportunity to come here, I've been to Portugal, London, traveled there, Germany as well, and things like that. And another pro for me is probably just my teammates, man. Just being able to talk to different people from different cultures, different places, interacting with them, learning new things like that. So yeah, it got a couple of good pros and cons to it.
Yeah, honestly, like for me, one of the biggest pros is like traveling, bro. Like just the experience to like see new places. Like
Hmm.
that's always been on the top of my list of things to do in my life. You know what I mean? And then also like meeting like all the different people. That shit is so cool to me. Like like seeing how different, like just us being from different states. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Seeing how different we are, and then coming out here and
here,
seeing how different we are from people from different
countries.
countries and how different they are from other people from other countries in Europe. You know what
Mm.
I mean? So like that's all fucking. I mean, dang, can't cuss, cannot cuss. That's all like a huge pro for
I
me.
mean,
And like I would say some cons for me, like just like at this point where I'm at in my life, like just being away from like my family is kind of
yeah, that's a big
like a
one.
big thing for me now. And it's weird because
Yeah,
growing up,
touched
I was
on one.
never the type to really worry about being away from my mom. Like I was
Mhm.
always outside, bro. Like I remember like I would like any excuse I could like have to not stay at my house, like I was like, looking for it. But now that I've gotten older, like I feel like I just been on the go, on the go, on the go so much that like, it'd be nice to, like I'm like being around my family is something that weighs heavy on my heart nowadays. So
Yeah.
that's a big con for me.
And the traveling aspect is really really nice here, man. Traveling within Europe is really cheap, and if you want to go somewhere,
So
man,
cheap.
you can literally catch a train. €9 tickets are €9. Just catch a train, just go
So cheap.
wherever in Germany,
And that's
dog.
what I be telling people, bro. Like getting here from America is expensive, but once you're here, like you can go anywhere for
Anywhere,
almost less than $500. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking country to country
country.
and have a great time. You know what I'm saying? So like that's one of the best parts. Like I said, like I've been saying it a lot lately. If I could just move my immediate family here, like I would stay for real. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But eventually one day that's like the goal, to have a spot here, spot in America, you know what I
Mm.
mean? Because like that traveling is like second to none, bro. Like,
It's a great time too,
yeah,
bro. You can't beat those type of experiences, meeting new people and things like that.
right,
You
right, right.
can't beat
You
that at
can't.
all. And you don't know who you gonna meet, man. Some of my lifelong friends are from meeting people out here.
Right, right, right.
People
Same,
from different
same.
meeting people from different teams and things like that. I still, oh, I'm sorry,
You good.
and I'm meeting people from different teams. I'm still in contact with them today.
Right, right, right.
Things like that. So
Same. So let's go into the next question. Um. So, what do you see yourself? We're out here playing. We're playing professional football, but like this is the GFL. It's not the NFL. Like,
Okay, yeah.
so what are your goals like with football? Like, if you want to get into them, or where do you
When is it gonna be aired?
huh?
When is it gonna be aired?
What do you mean?
Aired, like put out.
Whenever we wanted to.
Okay, bet. All right. So my goal is one thing for me is I always want to play against the best talent, and I know for next year is that I'm gonna give it my all, and I'm gonna go try to play in the CFL
Okay.
next year. A couple of tryouts, reaching out to different teams, agents, and things like that. So I've already kind of started that process now, and things like that. So yeah, playing in the CFL is probably the next goal for me.
Okay, and then like, so as like growing up, like has your goal like always with football just always been like to play? Of course, I'm sure you wanted to go to the NFL, like
Yeah,
we all wanted to, but it's like so you're just still that's still your goal, like to play the highest competition. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
If God shed His grace on me, yeah, playing in the NFL would be a blessing.
Okay.
But right now, I'm focused on the CFL right now.
Right, right, right. Just okay. And like for me personally, like my goals with football have changed so much. You know what I mean? Like, I talked a little bit about it in my last episode. Like I've always wanted to go to the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But like I've kind of already made peace with myself and like where the mistakes I made to ruin that for myself. You know what I mean? So like this was like I said earlier, this is like the last step on like a mission I had to get back. You know what I mean? To get back some things I kind of messed up, which was go back to school, get my master's degree. You know what I mean? And if, like you said, God willing, He granted me the blessing to still be able to play some professional football. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But like where I'm at with football now, like I didn't have no more goals like after after this. You know what I mean? Because I had already chalked up. Like going to the NFL and stuff like that. So like that's like the only like kind of like what it took to learn that is kind of like the shit that makes me feel like mad at myself because I just sold myself short.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I understand now whatever the same stuff it took me to get here, I could have used the same
Go
blueprint
at that.
and got like in a better position to go like farther and really make that push. Because where I went to school, like in the NAI, like there's not really no chance to go to the NFL. Some people do, like Zay Flowers. I mean, not Zay Flowers.
You talk about Dallas Flowers.
Dallas Flowers. Dallas
Yeah.
Flowers went to Grandview. Dude's a boy. Shout out to him. He went to the NFL. Then, like when I was at BC, like AJ, who plays in the ELF, he had like 10 or 11 NFL teams come to
Hmm.
practice. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like it could have been done, but I knew like I'm always been a realist. Like I knew like me coming from where I was coming from, like fresh out of rehab, like coming back from JUCO, like there's no way I'm about to pull. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I
Yeah.
was thinking. You know what I mean? But I could have thought the same about this. So um, so I just feel like I sold myself short in that regard, just because I didn't believe it was possible. So it's like now that I'm here and I'm at this stage of the process, like I don't know really, I'd be telling you, I'm like indifferent.
Right.
I'm indifferent about like where I want to do next with football. Like I know like I want to take a break, you know what I mean? But at the same time I know I'm in shape and I can still play.
Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like I would be doing the universe and like my it's a blessing to
Facts. Yeah.
still be in shape,
Hmm.
like I'd be doing it like a disservice like to not play, but at the end of the day I'm at that point where I kind of want to do like different stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Do you? You said that you just chalked it up. Are you like at peace? Like if you won't be able to play, going forward, will you be at peace?
I Yeah, I think so, bro. Like I really think like I really think like I really so like I told you I believe in like the universe and like shit
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
that. So
yeah.
it's like my boy AJ I played with last year. He's like, bro, I'm doing this UFL tryout on the 20th of October. I'm like, what? So it's like, boom, like, a little sign there. I went, okay, boom. Then one of my little homies, he hit me. He's like, so when you trying out for the UFL?
Mm.
I'm like, damn,
That
bro.
confirmed
Like,
it right
I'm
there.
like, I'm trying to
That
chill,
confirmed it right
bro.
there.
So it's like, if we get home in time,
Yeah,
I'll try that.
yeah.
I'll make the push, go to Dago or wherever it's at LA.
There you
I'll
go.
make the push wherever it's at. I'll try it. Boom. And then if it hit, it
Yeah.
hit. But if not, bro, I'm not. I'm not gonna be too upset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least I tried.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing for me too, as far as like the CFL push. I feel like just giving it my all in 100%, and if I don't get those calls, I'm cool with it because I still gave this game and that effort to make that final push.
Exactly, bro. At
I
least you
would be
tried,
I'd
bro.
be, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I feel like I'd just be at peace there because at that time it's just saying God's hands. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I control what I can control.
Exactly, bro. And
You
that's
know what
been a
I'm saying?
big thing for me. Like my coach in college used to always say this. We'll put our best, our best effort out there. Then we'll let the cards fall where they may. But you
Yeah,
gotta put your best effort out
out
there,
there.
bro. Like me personally, it's just like I just gotta see.
Mhm.
So if AJ wouldn't have said that, and my little brother didn't hit me, like when you doing that, like damn, now I gotta see. I gotta see.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's like if I could just see, and then and then if it hit, it hit. If it don't, like it's in God's hands, like you said. So that leads me into the next topic. I want to talk about what was life like, like prior to like what was life like for you in St. Louis, like, prior to like how'd you end up getting to Culver Stockton? You know what I mean? Because I'm
Yeah.
guessing just like me, like shit, bro. I didn't want to go to NAI.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
wanted to go to OU,
I
bro.
feel you.
You know what I
Because
mean?
my dream
So
school was always University of Missouri.
exactly.
Mizzou.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
caliber,
Yeah.
same difference. So what was it like before?
All right.
How'd you get to Culver? Like, how was it growing up, and how'd you end up at
Okay.
Culver?
So, been playing football all my life, obviously.
Right.
So from 6 years old, I would say to 12, like at the start of middle school, I was, playing the JFL ball. I was a killer, things like that. Started making a rep for myself, a name for myself, and things like that. And then I don't know what happened, but after I turned 12 years old, these injuries started piling up. So I broke my ankle, broke my finger, had a compound fracture in my wrist, and I didn't get a chance to really, really play football at the level I want until I was a senior in high school. And I went to a private school called DeSmet Jesuit High School. And I was there for the first 2 years. And I broke my wrist and I broke my collarbone freshman and sophomore year. And so I transferred to another school called St. Mary's, shout out Southside. And then obviously when you transfer from private to private, you're not eligible, according to Misha, you're not eligible to play varsity that first year. So I had to sit out that whole first year, and then my senior year is when I, balled out, really, really balled out. You know what I'm saying? I think I had 1,400 rushing yards, 22 touchdowns, and I think all purpose I had like 16 or 1,700.
Okay.
But just like what we were talking about downstairs, I kind of effed off in school. You know what I'm saying? And I said that we had a couple of D2 schools come. I think Washburn University, Quincy was there, and a couple others. And we had this guy. Obviously, I felt like I was more talented than him, but his grades were up here. You know what I'm saying? He had like a 4.2 or 4.3 GPA, and and I was sitting in the coach's office. We was having a conversation, and they offered him a full ride scholarship.
Right.
And I'm sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have better numbers than him. I did my thing. So, like, where's my scholarship?
Yeah.
And he was like, man, honestly, you're a great player and things like that, but we can't offer you a scholarship, well, a full scholarship just because of your academic side and things like that. So that's kind of how I end up at Culver Stockton, because that was like one of my first offers and like literally my last resort. And so it was kind of like I had to
go to
Culver. And I was thinking about taking a JUCO route, but the way my mind was and things like that, I was extremely, extremely immature. I think I probably would have did the same thing. I probably would have effed off in school, honestly. Probably just hang around socially and things like that. And so I don't think I would have panned out well in JUCO.
Okay.
Considering all the distractions and things I've heard about JUCO.
Hold on, let me see if that thing is still recording, because sometimes it stops, and if it stops, all right, we're good. Okay, so that makes sense. So it kind of started with all those stupid injuries, huh? Like,
yeah.
Like having injuries young, that really does, like, I've seen it like growing up, like all the years playing football. Like some dudes, like when they're like you said, like some dudes, like once they turn like 12 or 13, they just start like breaking
Up
you
on-
know what I mean?
Bro,
They
it
start
got-
getting
bro,
hurt,
it
bro.
got so bad,
They
bro.
start getting hurt. I don't get it,
Bro,
bro.
it was so bad, and I became more of a regular at the hospital, bro. They literally thought my mom was abusing me at
Oh
the
my
crib,
god,
bro.
that's crazy.
Like it
That's
got that
crazy.
bad, like where they were about to call CPS on my mom
That's
just for that.
crazy.
Yeah, bro. So,
That's crazy, bro. Like,
yeah.
yeah, and I just wanted to ask because, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with NAI. It's
Oh,
a
no,
great,
no.
great league, great, great schools, great people. Love them. Character counts. You know what I'm saying? But like no one plans on going NAI D2, even D3, even. You know what I mean? Everybody goes D1. So kind of like you, like it wasn't injuries for me, like from like 12 all the way until like my junior year of high school, so like 7th grade. Like, bro, I got suspended or kicked out of school. Like, not kicked out of school, but suspended every single year. You know what I'm saying? So like in high school, like my junior year, I remember Cal Poly came. Cal Poly came to talk to me once. You know what I mean? And it was set. Not set. They didn't offer me or nothing. They just said like they just came to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? And like I always kept decent grades to play sports. You know what I mean? Because like football was my safe haven. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't not be able to play. You know what I mean? So I always had decent grades, but they were never like all A's and B's. You know what I mean? Like by junior senior year, like I was like B C. You know what I mean? And I was already like getting in trouble like every year. So like that kind of led me to the JUCO route. And like once I got to JUCO, it was like, I felt like it was like a perfect fit. It was a bunch of knuckleheads like trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? And that kind of didn't help, but it did help. You know what I mean? But it just wasn't enough structure for me at the time. So I ended up like dropping out of JUCO. And like I said downstairs, I ended up having that period of time where I just, I had like, I got in trouble, but I had like time off from football, and that's when like that was like the gift and the curse. You know what I mean? And then like I went out like so once I got out of the rehab, I was in JUCO trying to figure out where I was gonna go. Like I had opportunities to go to some D2s and like walk on, but like that mindset I told you I had where I was not even thinking of like getting to the NFL. I was like, the only reason to go D2 or D1 like is if I'm trying to get to the league, and I knew my clock was already effed because I was 22 already and I had already played in JUCO. You know what I mean? In 2014, and it was already 2016 at this point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I knew like I only had like a year to play at D2 or D1. You know what I mean? So I was like, if I go NAI, I can still play longer and get more money. You know what I mean? So that just took all the D2s and D1s off the, once like off the radar. So I wasn't even thinking. But thinking back, now that I'm here, pro out here, I was like, I should have just bet on myself, won D2, because I would have did the same thing. Like I would have got skinny, got the scholarship, like everything would have worked out. You know what I mean? But yeah, and then Benedictine was the Coach Pops, rest in peace, Coach Pops. He told me, he said it's a Catholic school, babe, but the ratio here is like it's like 6-4 or something. I was like, he's like, so every 4 dudes are 6 girls. I was like, all right. I didn't take a visit or nothing. They gave me the most money. Yeah. So I'm not gonna promise you can pay a running back, babe, but you can come here, you can play fullback for us, you can make a name for yourself, babe.
That's all you needed to hear.
I was like, all right, it's good. You feel me? You sound like a real one to me. So, and then that's how I ended up at BC, bro. And like, shout out to the NAI, bro. It's like, not really. I'd say if you're not in the top 25 schools, like it sucks, honestly. But if you're in those top 25 schools, it's pretty competitive, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, NAI really got some dogs.
Yeah, for sure.
Got some dogs.
For sure.
You, Dallas,
for sure.
His brother as well.
AJ, Trey. Who else?
And we had a
Chim, my boy Chim, who just went to the Browns. He's on the Browns.
Yeah, we just had an offensive tackle just made the 53-man roster on for the Titans. So,
okay,
yeah, so
that's what's up.
NAI got a lot of dogs.
That kid from Peru too, I think.
The D-line,
the D-line, he was a boy. All them dudes at Grandview that one year, they all had tryouts that year. What's his name? Dallas that year. Dallas Flowers made it. All them dudes had tryouts. So like, there's boys in the NAI, but it's just like, it's kind of like, for me, I think of it as like a glorified JUCO league. You know what I mean? It's just like 100%. JUCO. It's just like JUCO, but they got more money because it's all private schools. So each school got their own rules, so they could do whatever. Like I've seen some crazy stuff. Like what? Like kids committing crimes and like you know sweep that
We
on
go
the
sweep.
table.
I was gonna say I see a couple of those, but I don't know if I'm
Like,
you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can say all that.
Like,
You
not
know?
at my school, not at my school, of course, but like I've heard stories about it going down in some NAIs, and it just
This is,
gonna keep it on the low.
yeah, some of those things I don't think I'm liberty to
between
say.
us and
You know what I'm
God, you know what I
saying?
mean? But yeah, that's dope, bro. Like, yeah, shout out to the NAI. You know, blessings that got us here. You know what I
Facts,
mean? Like,
facts.
shout out to anyone in the NAI if you need any help on how to get to Europe or any help with ball after college. I'm gonna put my at and his at in the description, so I'm sure he'll help just like I'll help. Just tap in,
100%.
DM us on IG. We'll give you all the insight. There's not much. It's not really no insight. You just gotta try, but we can give you all the advice you need.
Man.
We'll give you all the advice you need. But so yeah, we'll go into the next topic. I wanted to, you know, get your insight on kind of what I talked about in episode 2, like dating and being
Mm.
single versus like, you know,
Mm.
in America,
Mm.
and in Europe or Germany, you know what I mean? And like, you know, we're at two different opposite sides of the spectrum on
Yeah.
this right now. So like I wanted to just give, you know, what do you feel about where are you standing on right now the dating culture, whether it be in America, Europe? How do you feel about it? Where are you at with it?
You know, I'm a man of God, and my perspective on dating kind of flipped this past year. A few years ago, I most definitely would say I was like, kind of like a dog. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of let society tell me what love really is. You know, just having all these women. You know, try to have as much sex as I can possible. You know what I'm saying, and things like that. But now I think I would say like I'm more of a lover boy, and I'm craving that, that I'm craving that actual like real love. You know what I'm saying? When things get rough, we're able to figure it out. We're able to pray, get through it. You know,
Right.
and things like that. You know, so.
And I agree, bro. Like me personally, like I agree. Like it's a trip. Like being where I'm at right now at this age, like and like I really be like thinking about like love and wanting that shit. And like, bro, I kid you not, I never thought like that, bro. Like never, bro. And it's like if you don't, can I speak on you being
Yeah, go ahead.
okay?
Yeah.
So you're celibate,
Abstinent. Yeah.
abstinent, celibate right now, and it's like speaking and like coming. Like I've even had thoughts about that, bro. Like thinking like because I'm so far from celibate or abstinent right now. You know what I mean? But it's like last summer, like you talked about how you weren't on the celibate abstinent thing, but you weren't like, you know, like you were just dating,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? You were
yeah.
dating, you were single,
You know,
right?
I was
And
gonna
it's
say,
like
yeah, men need got
exactly,
those
exactly.
needs.
And it's like last summer, I was more so. I wasn't say celibate or abstinent, but I was more so on a more reserved, like in a more reserved space, dating wise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like to me, it's just interesting, like the decisions you know young men make, you know, to come to these decisions, or why a young man decides to get in a relationship, or why a young man decides to abstain from sex, or why a young man decides to have a bunch of sex. You know what I mean? So it's like for you, what really was it that made you feel like a in that time you talked about like where you let society create the image of love and you were a dog, like what was your thinking, your thought process that during that period of time, and also what took it, you know, what changed it to get it, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
to
yeah.
here
That's
to
a good
get it to what
question.
it is now.
So you're young, you're impressionable, and I think you see these figures on social media. They got all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The coolest thing in the world is to have 12 girls
Mm-hmm.
sitting on the hood of your car,
Mm-hmm.
and that, like seeing that, I thought that was like the coolest thing ever.
Facts.
And these people got money, they got the
Facts.
status. So when
Facts.
you see that, you think this is the right way to live.
Facts.
And so that's why I kind of like took after that,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
being young, impressionable, and just seeing things like that. And now that I've, developed my relationship with God a lot more, I think like I compare it to marriage all the time. So in a marriage, it's when two people join into one,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and you don't do things outside of that marriage. So you know you won't cheat, you know you won't lie, you know you won't put your hands on her, right? And so when I compare it to that, I think of my relationship with Jesus. So I know all these rules. I know the rights and wrongs and the things, not to do. And so that's just what it is just knowing the right and wrong things, with the rules of Jesus. So
Right.
our commandments with Jesus.
And like that's one thing I commend like, like you for, because like, you went, you know what I mean? Like you've experienced, both sides of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what it's like to, and you know what that feels like to have to be dating and to have that experience, and then you figured out that that's not for you, right? And now you're intentionally trying to, put yourself in a position to, be the best for your partner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly how I feel, right? And I feel like every young man needs to experience, um and it's not even about like having sex with a bunch of women.
Yeah.
It's just about the experience of having the choice. You know what I mean? It's like every man should put himself in position to have the choice to have any woman he would like. You know what I'm saying? Not by force or by manipulation, but just to be able to attract the type of woman he would love to have. You know what I mean? And then he should feel like, I feel like every man needs to experience that, date, have sex, do it, do what a man's got to do, and then you come to that point to where it's like, every man understands that that's not the most optimal way to live. You know what I mean? Shout out to the dudes who are into that and like they can see themselves doing that. But me personally, like I've had a bunch of sex, and I don't, I love having sex, and I just know like that's still not optimal. You know what I mean? I know at the end goal is to have a wife, kids, a family. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like in today's era, like a lot of dudes, end up in relationships so early that they're not even intentionally. You know what I mean? You're in a position to intentionally find something now. I'm in a position to intentionally find something. And I talked about it a little bit in the last episode. I've never intentionally had a girlfriend, kind of like what Mars said downstairs when we had the meeting earlier. He just said like he just ended up with girls because A, she had some type of feature he liked, or B, like they were just ended up like, for me, like, oh, we smashed for like 4 weeks, like, all right, probably you're gonna be my, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I just feel like it's best to be in the position to, those are the best relationships when you intentionally are going for it. Because I feel like a man, like we have to get to that place of intentionally. Women are hardwired to, want a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So, but for a man, I feel like we have to get to that place in maturity and life and experience. You know what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to get your insight on that, and then I also wanted to talk about, dang, what was I gonna say? Uh,
I'm not gonna lie though, this is abstinence stuff is probably the hardest thing
yeah.
I've
How is it?
ever.
How is it, bro? Because I be thinking about ever since you've been telling me about it.
It is.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm out here dating,
bro. It
I'm
is
out here
the
dating,
hardest thing ever, bro. Because you get on Instagram, you can see a
and they
girl.
be on there.
They be on there.
I
Go to the
sent you a
gym.
couple.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
I sent you a couple.
They look good too.
In
But
the gym,
go to the gym
we go to.
Yeah, everybody got a little two piece on.
One piece.
One piece, bro.
No piece.
No, bro. And it's
Sauna.
Sauna. You don't even need to wear clothes in sauna.
He's trying to be
Oh my
right
gosh.
with God.
You know what I'm saying? It's just so many temptations here, man. And then that's just walking straight down the street,
Yeah.
And every time, I have to pray and say like and ask them like, hey, like when these lustful thoughts just come in my head, just make me more aware so I can do the right thing. And sexual immorality is literally the only sin. You can fight every other temptation, but sexual immorality, they tell you to flee.
Oh, they say run.
They say run because
fight that.
You can't. It's hard, bro.
It's
hard.
Hardwired. You feel me? It's natural, But like, and it's like I be thinking about it because like I've always like I'm the type I don't want nothing easy, bro. Like I don't want nothing easy, bro. Like me personally, I believe I've already chosen the hardest route to the love I'm looking for, and I can care less. Like I'm in it, you know what I mean? So it's like, but God damn, Jordan, and moving the camera,
my fault.
You have to adjust it. But yeah, like like, so I've been thinking about it. Like, that might be the next step in my evolution, just to see, like I said, just to see. You know what I mean? And I know, like, there's not gonna be nothing negative that comes from it. Like, it's just gonna save me time and money and headaches and what else comes with just dating.
Man,
Like,
emotional
emotional
trauma.
stress, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, and at the end of the day, bro, like I've been single for like 2, 3 years, and I've been dating, bro, and it's
Yeah.
like still nothing really, it's still not to get back in a, relationship still hasn't attracted me. You know what I'm saying? So,
I don't really think I'm there yet as far as like wanting. I mean, obviously I crave the love,
right,
but
same,
I don't feel like I'm ready for a relationship. I feel like there's still a lot of things that I need to deal with,
same,
from past traumas,
same,
trusting people, you know what I'm saying, and
same.
how to treat, my wife.
Right, right, right.
So I,
Same.
so I don't think like I'm all the way there yet.
Same, and that's what I believe. Like, I feel like my job, like I told you downstairs, to create that dude who could save the younger version of yourself from the pain, but also like to create the best version of yourself to give to your partner, bro.
Word.
And with you and your partner, you guys become the one. There's no the one. There's no perfect person. You know what I mean? But together with whoever that may be, bro. Like, some people like find them when they're young, but it's like whenever you find them, bro. Like, I believe like you do know, and when you find them, and you're gonna do whatever it takes, no matter what.
Whatever
You
it
know what
takes.
I mean?
Yeah.
No matter what, bro. And like, so it's like, and you got to create the best version of yourself for that person by any means necessary,
Like
because that's what they deserve, right? And it's like
100%.
that's like what I want, so that's what I'm trying to do. So hopefully, the girl I attract is doing the same thing. I know she will be. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that's how the universe works. So yeah, bro. Like, so I just always been I've been thinking a lot about abstinence, and then also like if you want to talk about like your faith, you know.
Yeah.
Or what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say,
Or if you have anything
I
you
was
want
low
to
key
ask me.
kind of nervous about dating, bro, because I've been single for so long, and been like really, really just enjoying me and my
Yeah,
presence, bro, and just being able to, having someone, just like just sleeping in the same bed with me, bro. I don't think
it's gonna be weird
it's
at
gonna be
first.
weird because I'm so used to my own space. I'm not used to texting everybody every morning.
Yeah,
How you doing? You good? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You want to go out?
See, and it's like
That freedom.
it's like that freedom, and then there's like those different stages of dating. It's like, do you want to, like, because once you start dating, you're gonna be dating for it. You feel
Yeah, you
me?
know what
You know what I
I'm
mean? It's not the dating I'm doing.
saying?
Not the dating I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that type of dating, but I'm dating. You know what I mean? I'm dating, but I'm not dating like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that's what I was thinking about too. It's like, damn, if I go celibate, it's like, dude, like, I don't want you. Like, if we do, once I get to that point to hang out, like it's gonna be real, like, no, you can't come
You
over.
can't.
You know what I mean? Like, I will meet at the location. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But nowadays, like with the date I'm doing now, like, pull up, we popping out, like,
Yeah.
what we doing? Like, I'm over there, like, you over here, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but yeah, bro, I was thinking about that too. It's gonna be real crazy because like I've been at a place like, you know what I mean? I didn't go celibate, but when I was in treatment for like 5.5 months, and then a couple years after that, like 5.5 months, no women. Then like I think like total like a year and a half, 2 years. Because when I got out, bro, like I wasn't even able to like talk to girls really. You know what I mean? Because I was so used to like hanging out like with like drug dealers, drug addicts, gang members. You know what I mean? People in the lifestyle, and then like I got so removed from like my natural state of being. Like once I got back in JUCO and around normal girls and normal people, like I couldn't even talk for real. Like the guy you see here today, like bro, I had to do so much work. Like bro, it took me a whole I had been it took me a whole semester to get to score once. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, and even thinking like that is like not even like that, not even righteous way to think. It doesn't even
Yeah.
matter. You know what I mean? But at that time, I'm only 22. Like I'm trying to get everything back that I missed. I've been in treatment 5 months.
Man.
I've been fucking. I mean, messing with Tweaker. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been messing with the J's and shit. Like, so I'm trying to get everything back. You feel me? So So yeah, like that's just like how like I just wanted to get your insight on like abstinence, celibacy, and like also since being around you more like I've been thinking more about my faith because I've been I'm a very spiritual person. I believe in the universe, things like that, extraterrestrial things too, of course. But like like you're very in your faith, and I know at this point in my life, like the type of man I want to be, it's gonna take something more. What I've done can only get me so far. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? It's
yeah.
gonna take something outside of myself to, stay more grounded because I could just tell like it's just like more problems are gonna come, more things are coming, you know what I mean? That's gonna take more for me to stay locked in than just like all the working out, all the journaling and things, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So yeah, so like what made you really want to take that step to be more devout in your faith, or did you always grow up super Christian, or
Nah, I really never grew up Christian. Honestly, obviously, I went to church and things like that. I had a praying grandmother, but the good thing about my family is like they never forced it upon me. It's just something that I had to figure out myself and have my own personal understanding.
Mhm.
And when I started developing or deepening my faith was around last year, with injuries and stuff, I had broke my foot,
Mhm.
and I was in a very, very dark place. I was depressed. I had a lot of anxiety. It's because I came out here to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to play football. And to tell me I'm out for like 2 months, it's
Yeah.
not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I was really, really, nervous about getting sent home and things like that. My family is 10,000 miles away.
Right.
So I got to hop on, I can call them. It really doesn't do much and things like that. So, I brought my Bible with me and I had talked to my granny once. She said, I know you're going through a lot, but just trust in God and begin to, read your Bible. And I started reading my Bible more. I started reading my Bible more. And this was this one particular verse that stuck out to me. I think it was in the book of Mark, and he said that there was this guy, what he was doing. I think he had demons in him or whatever, and he asked Jesus why he was walking through, and he said that, Lord, if you willing, cleanse me. And I said that one night. I prayed, I prayed, and I said that one night, man. And when I say I think I have like my own type of visitation with God,
Mhm.
and my life has gotten like so much better since then,
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So now I have my own personal understanding of who He is to me.
Right, and that's very important, I believe, because it's like when I was in treatment, I remember they always talk about, find the God of your understanding. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? And that was very big for me in the beginning of my journey. And I remember I used to pray every night, bro. Like I used to be so close to my God. Like I created a version of God. I understood him for him to be that. And then like once my dad died, my brother died, bro, and then a lot of my friends started dying, I got so upset and angry with God again. Like kind of like it was before when I was younger and I was like tripping out when I dropped out of school and stuff, but more controlled. I was still in school, still handling my business, but I was still like I was back on the sick one. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Tripping. That's kind of like where me and my ex it all
The window,
you know what I mean? It
yeah,
all hit the fan because like I lost that not just only because I lost, but I losing that contact with my God like
hmm,
definitely played a big part in like the the crash out. You feel me?
yeah.
It's all you know what I
It's
mean?
like, why is all this bad stuff happening to
Yeah,
me?
you know what
What
I
did I
mean?
do
That
to
was
deserve
definitely
this?
one of the definite pillars of, the crash out, you know what I mean? And I feel
Yeah,
like that's one of the pillars of every man's demise, every man's crash out, you know what I'm saying? You lose sight of, this being like a spiritual thing, you know what I mean? It's not a physical thing. There's something definitely working above us. You know what I mean? And it's like for me, like after being like around you and then having Huss here before he got hurt and left. Shout out to Huss.
shout out to us, man. We miss
We
you
miss
down
you,
here,
bro.
bro.
He's a Muslim. There's just been little things in my life that's been leaning me towards Islam and like becoming a Muslim, and it's like I just see myself leaning more towards that. But it's like I know I'm still not there yet. And I know that's a very structured, serious, religion. Just like any religion, you
Religion,
know what
yeah.
I mean? So it's like even if it was Christianity or Catholicism, I wouldn't even be taking it fast. You know what I mean? I'd
Hmm.
take it just as slow. You know what I'm saying? So but like just things like that have also helped me like lean more and to do more research and to prepare myself for where I know where I know I need to be to
Sure.
get to that.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. You're actually taking your time with this because there are some people who literally just like jump
Yeah,
into it. They see that Christianity or Islam, the Nation of Islam, they all see like they treat it as an aesthetic.
yeah,
They don't
yeah,
take the
yeah,
lifestyle serious.
yeah.
They don't practice what they preach.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
shout out to you for sure for taking your time with that, man. Because this most definitely is like one of the it's a hard decision to make,
Exactly.
but
Like
it'll be the best decision you make.
right, right. And I don't want to. I don't want it to be nothing I play with. You feel me? Like I want to
Yeah.
take it serious, just like you take yours. Let me check this thing one more time. See, we're doing good, dog.
It's good.
45 minutes.
It's good.
That's good, dog. Well, that's like all the things I had jotted down. We could is there anything you want to talk about? You could freestyle it from here.
What
Any questions you got for me?
how are you feeling mentally, bro? I feel like that's a good thing, especially being an African American, being out here on our lonesome. We're not close to family. Literally, like me and you is
Yeah,
like all we got.
facts. Shit, bro. Mentally, like honestly, I'm in a good space right now. Mentally, like like honestly, like my mental is always determined on like me and that pressure we talked about
Yeah,
downstairs.
yeah,
Like sometimes that pressure will be so big and I'll make it so serious in my head and in my psyche that like it kind of have me down in the moment because like right now I'm not doing what I want to be doing or where I want to be at, but I gotta remember like stay grateful that like remember I'm exactly where I need to be. So like lately, like this whole bye week, I've been in a good space, you know what I mean? But it's like a little bit before that I was kind of in like a in like a little funk, like just in my head, like, just future tripping, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
Ready
yeah.
for the next step, bro. Like I said, that's where it comes from, that pressure I put on myself to be like a better person, a better man for my family, my community, because like I said, like I was a bad kid, like, you know what I mean? Not the worst, but I was a bad kid, bro. Like I took from people, took from my family, not stolen, but like I took time, like energy, like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like from my family and like put pain into the universe, you know what I mean? It's been almost 10 years since like I was, it's only been 10 years of my 28 that I've been like doing the right thing. Not even
Yeah.
10, 8. It'll be 8 years on September 26th of me doing the right thing like I'm supposed to. And I haven't been doing that even to the fullest of my abilities. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So it's like I'm just focused. Like this next phase of my life is like really like giving it, all to. And I know that's
Yeah.
where I want to go. So when I get down on myself, it's because I know that's where I need to be. But it's like I'm still finishing that final stage of the first mission. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I've been telling you. So like, but right now my mental, I'm good, bro. Like mentally, bro. Like I can't complain. We're blessed to be here.
100%,
You know what I mean? We're
man.
blessed. Only thing that sucks is like we ain't got our moms and our family,
Yeah,
like
family.
and
That's the
our
only
close
thing.
relatives and our close friends. Like that does suck. But besides that, bro, it's a blessing. And I'm just trying to enjoy it. We got playoffs. First round. It's gonna be a big
It's
game.
gonna
That's
be a
gonna be
great
fun. The
game.
whole experience, the hotel. Just enjoy it, bro. Cause you know what I mean. We gonna win, but you feel me. You know what
Yeah,
happens if
but
we don't. You know what I'm
like, go
saying?
home, man.
I'll
Go
see you. I'll
home.
see you in KC next
You feel
time I
me?
see you. Like, but how about you, bro? How you mentally, bro? How you
Man,
feeling right now?
some days is good. Some days are bad. Some days are okay. Um, like we talked about, downstairs earlier today, man. It's just like I need to be better at living in the present moment. I struggle so much with uh, I'm goal oriented, so I always have these things and stuff I want to do. And if I don't reach those goals, I'm down on myself. Like, man, I need to be here. I need to be there. And then when it doesn't happen, that's where the suffering and the pain comes in. And I'm trying my hardest, just to, just let God take control and
Right, right.
surrender my will to Him because I know like I'm in my head like bad. Like with the CFL stuff. Like I wanted to been have an agent like weeks ago and I still don't have one, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
now my mental is just all over the place because I go home in a couple of weeks possibly and I I don't know what I'm gonna do next.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And so I need to focus on, the present, and get through day by day because I don't even know
Yeah.
what I'm gonna eat tonight.
Nah, I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro. That's how it be out here sometimes, bro. And like, and, and like that's all we could do, bro. Is to stay in the moment and to stay like focused. And it's like the thing that makes I read in this book called Outwitting the Devil. And it talks about you should really read that book. It's called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon. I think it's by Napoleon Hill, and it gives you a real different outlook on the devil. You know what I mean? Than the religious in any religious form of the devil. You know what I mean? It talks about the devil as like those thoughts you were having about
Mhm.
not knowing about what to do next. And that's the devil. You know what I'm saying? And it talks about how like a man, anyone, a man or woman, you got to have definite purpose. You know what I mean? Like those thoughts come in, like not knowing what to do is when you're not fully sure about, like, for instance, like for me, it was like when I was coming out here, it's like not fully sure about going pro or going
Yeah,
to the CF. You know what
yeah,
I mean? It's like those are the only time you have those negative thoughts about what am I going to do next or how is it going to work out. You know what I mean? It's like we got to get to a point. A man has to get to a point where he has definite purpose in anything he does, because if you don't have definite purpose, then that's when those leaks in the plan could, cracks in the armor could, like, you know what I'm saying. So
yeah.
it's like you may not know now what's gonna happen, but like as long as you know like what I'm doing the
Good break
CFL
off.
thing, no matter what. I may not have an agent now, but I'm gonna
That's
have
that's
one
fine. You
because
feel
that's what
me?
I'm gonna do regardless. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So you don't gotta really trip off not having one if you know you going to the
yeah,
CFL. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So just that's the little trick I use to for when I have those type of thoughts
Mm,
about certain goals, about certain
right.
things. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like it only not gonna work if I quit from this little weak moment I'm having and this weak thought
yeah.
I'm having, because that's the type of stuff that makes dudes quit. You know what I mean? Before they even
100%.
start,
Right.
like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Dudes can quit right now in your position, like, oh, I don't got his agent now, so I'm not even gonna try it. Like, and then I haven't even started yet. It's not even round one of the process. You know
I'm
what I
saying
mean?
we're not even finished with the season
Exactly.
yet.
We still gotta go win a ring. You feel me? So it's like, ain't even really no time to even worry about that. You feel me? So it's like, but I already know. I already know how it is. Like I'm the same way, goal oriented. You know what I mean? Like while I'm finishing one, I need to be starting the next
Next
one,
one. Yeah.
and while I'm starting that one, I gotta have the
God, the
other one
yeah.
in sights. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. I but I'm glad, like, like for the most part, I feel like everybody in the house is like in a good space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we'll never know because we can't. I can't.
Read
We're
minds.
not all here, but like we have our we have our times that we all talk to each other. We all sit down and we, you know what I mean. For the most part, we got a good house, bro. Like,
I'm gonna say this is probably the best group of guys I've been with. Just not even aside from football, but just like people in general, man. These conversations
right,
we have, the way we talk with each other, we confide in each other. We all
right,
trust each other,
right.
and we all lean on each other in those times of need. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And I think this is probably the best group of guys I've been with since I've been out here.
same, bro. Like, and I would say not even just been out here, but I would say like, so, playing football so long, you're always like either in a dorm,
Done.
in a group. All right, there's a group, there's a team, but then there's the team within the team,
Yeah.
and then there's this subset. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like I would say this is the best little like house I've had. Like, you know what I mean? Like where everything, like there's no like there's no like weird animosity. There's no like we're not too close, you know what I mean, to where we play like where we play the wrong way, but
You
we're
know what I'm
not but
saying?
we're not
Yeah.
like too we know each other enough to where we can still be like, yo, bro, how you doing? Like we're all grown enough to still have those conversations. Like, so it's like I would say this is the
Yeah.
best situation.
And
Like,
and when we get into each other, kind of dig at each other, bro, it's just like no one takes it as like you're coming at
yeah,
me. You know
yeah,
what I'm
it's never,
saying?
yeah, exactly.
There, like people was like the people in the house would sit there and just take it and listen
Yeah.
and actually like try to apply it. You
It's a
know what I'm
pick
saying?
up, not a put down, bro. You feel me?
Yeah,
And it's like it takes a mature man to see that, bro. Like, and I already know how I could come off, like, because the way I am, the way I talk. But it's like I'm never trying to put, especially another man, bro. Like, if you're not like someone who's ever done nothing to me in the past, or you know what I mean, sucked or anything, like I'm not ever trying to put another man down, bro. You know what
yeah,
I mean? So it's like, and it takes and me being that way, it takes a lot for me to like to even take it too. You know what I mean? To be in a
mm,
position to receive it from people. So it's like I'm glad that we do have that. What's the word I'm looking, like that type
bond.
that bond, that type of relationship, that type
Yeah,
of cohesion in this house, you know, especially with all our offense too. So it definitely helps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we're all from different places, and how that can be everybody
Yeah,
colliding. Well,
yeah,
we do this
bro.
back home, so why I got to do it here? You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying?
bro. We
But
all from different places in here, so it's
yeah,
like it definitely makes sense. And it's like even though we're all from the states, but it's like being from a different state. It's like being from a different country here. You know what I
you
mean?
know what
Like the
I'm
distance and shit. So it's like it's a trip, bro. But
saying? Yeah, because one way you raised back in the States is be another way I was raised. You know what I'm saying?
exactly, exactly.
Things like that. Yeah. What? I do got a question. Any like goals for this year? Like it don't have to be nothing crazy.
2025 or
Just
2024?
just something that you was trying to work on this year, and that you feel like you got better at.
Oh, bro. So for my goals for 2024 was really to to go overtime and like with the content, like to start doing it more and more. Like
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? It was to like doing the restarting the podcast wasn't on the list. You know what I mean? It just came. You know, it just came, and then but like to I started my online coaching app for my state out fitness. You know what I mean? Because that's what I want to do like on the side once I get back home and start working.
Shout out Stay Down Fitness.
You feel me? Stay down fitness. Follow us on Instagram. Oh, I said too much.
We dialed in, man.
We
That's all that
dialed in.
matters.
Just know we dialed in and stay
That's all
tuned.
that
You feel me?
matters.
Stay down, stay tuned. But yeah,
Sure.
like you know, that was really my main goals and just to position myself in the best way for when I get back
Mm-hmm.
to start all this, like the have the job picked out, you know, the content, you know what I mean, be able to put myself in a position to make a bunch of content, have the job picked out, and like to keep my overhead still pretty low. Like I don't got a bunch of credit cards, I don't got no car note, I don't got no kids, you know what I mean? I don't got no wife, you know what I'm saying? So I'm in a real good position to really, you know, I've had a fun professional career, football career, you know what I mean? And it's like I'm in a real good position now to start like my real career. So that was like my only goal for 2024. It's like to not like put myself in a hole by the end of
Oh,
the year. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah, yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like not go into like a hole, and that could have been in any type of manner.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know. So, but yeah, what about you? Any goals you finished or accomplished or
Uh,
got coming up for 2025 outside of the CFL thing?
thing. I know one thing for me personally is I want to get better with speaking with people. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that's something I really, really struggle with. I feel like if it was just like, it's you and me, cameras off,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like it probably will have a really, really good conversation. I don't know what it is, but like when I'm in a group setting, sometimes I get nervous.
yeah,
I get the rambling and I forget my thoughts and
yeah. Right.
things like that. But, I've prayed on it and I feel like you don't get better until you get into those experiences.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And I feel like the little mental health group that we have, it helps out a lot. Being able to talk to guys,
yeah,
being able to be vulnerable and be able to express myself.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I feel like that helps out a lot. And also, our little Bible study group that we have, I feel like that helps out a lot too because now I can, you know, say what I'm thinking about this passage or whatever
Right,
to
right,
people, and that invites a lot of perspectives in
right,
for me when they pick out something. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So yeah, just getting better at conversations and things like that.
I would say, bro, like we had a great. This is a great
Oh
pod
yeah,
right here.
yeah,
This is great. Like, so if you think in your head like you did anything wrong, like, or, I'm sure there's always nervousness, but like you did great.
I appreciate that.
Cause I told you, bro, like when I first got out of treatment, like I wasn't able to talk the way I
Yeah.
was, but like I've always been this type of person. Like ever
Hmm.
since I was little, it was never no problem for me to like talk or like you know what I mean. I've always had that ability. You know what I mean? And it's like the best way to get better at it is to just keep putting yourself in that uncomfortable
Uncomfortable.
feeling. Like, cause sooner or
Yeah.
later, bro, it goes away. You don't even feel
Uh,
it no more. Like, just you got to keep
so,
running into it.
yeah.
Cause sooner or later, you're gonna get on camera. You're gonna start talking. You're gonna realize, oh, I don't even. And that's when you really got the control to like maneuver. Cause I was real bad at it. Like out of treatment, but like in treatment, like I was still like a little like reserved, quiet, and then
Mm.
like but like seeing the way my dad was able to, you know what I mean? He was just like me. Like he was able to command the room, talk, like you know what I mean, present his thoughts in a um, well, well fashioned manner. You know what I mean? So it's like just seeing you got to get around people who are talking a lot, and probably go to like some I wouldn't even say go to a Bible study once you get back home to like at your church and see the head deacon or the pastor run it and see how he do it, and then boom, because like in treatment, I'm just around a bunch of OGs that they go up on that podium, they give their life. You feel me about how their disease of addiction helped them or did that, and some of these guys are the best public speakers I've ever, you know what I mean, I've ever been around, you know. So I just been pulling from them, and it's been like 8 years, you know what I mean. So it's like I've developed and I was a mass communications major and stuff like that. So like I've always been, you know, like the camera thing has always been like one of my things, you know.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know if I ever told you. I probably never told you, but yeah, I learned a lot from you and Jake. You know, just the way y'all speak. You know.
Oh yeah, Jake's real good at it too.
Yeah,
Jake
like
it down.
the way y'all talk is like kind of attractive. In a sense. Like, pause. Yeah, that's a pause. But yeah, I like y'all talk with so much embellishment, bro, and it's attractive and it's kind of persuasive. And, and y'all don't say the wrong things, you know what I'm saying? And y'all aren't afraid to say what y'all want to say.
And like and it goes back to like what I was telling you, like kind of those things where I was just thinking about like wanting love and being in love. Like in the last episode, I say that started happening when I was like 26. You know what I mean? And I think, and I believe it may be different for all men, but I think when it's like 25, 26, like something clicked in my psyche, and I realized like, oh, like I really do have control over everything. Like things I say, you know what I mean? All of it, you know, it's mine. You know what I mean? Nothing else matters. You know what I mean? Like when I was younger, 20, 21, 22, like everything influenced everything that came out of my mouth. You know what I mean? It wasn't until 26 that shit happened with like all those people dying and like me and Shorty situation. Like I realized like, damn, like I had to really sit back and think like, how did all this happen, bro? Like, you know what I mean? And something clicked at 26, and it's like I realized, and that's when my speech took another leap because I was already good at, like, I was already the guy who commanded the team. Like I'm talking in front of the team. I was never always, you know. But after 26, like it took another where I knew already before what I said, like that this is what I meant. Like, and it doesn't matter how you feel about it or how it comes out. Like I already know it works because it worked in my, you know what I mean? It worked in my situation.
And I think that's probably what my issue is too, is just thinking of how other people will feel after I say this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like that, it don't matter because it's like if you say it and it's from a place like this, how love, positivity, and I say it and I know that's where it's from in my heart. If they don't get it that way, that's between them, and that's how, you know what I mean. They're not supposed to get it that way, and usually that means I need to evade the situation because they are a demon. You know what I mean? But like that's where, because it's like everything is not for every. You know what I mean? Like everybody not gonna feel the way you feel about how I speak, and it's like them people not for me.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm not ever saying nothing negative or, you know what I mean, nothing malicious or like. I know how to be negative. I know how to be malicious. You know what I mean? I know how to do that. You know what I mean? I know how to do that with my words too. So it's like, if they don't feel a way about how, if they don't feel that way about how I talk, that usually means they're just not for you. You know what I mean? They're not supposed to be in your realm of things. You know what I mean? So, but I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. Like I take communicating very, very serious. You know what I mean? I think it's one of the things I take most serious, and people think, and like I know people think like I don't know what people think. I feel like people think I have a weird way of communicating, or like I'm very random, or you know what I mean. But it's like I noticed that I take things very seriously, especially like when I say things, like, and how I receive things. And I noticed like not everybody is that same. They don't take communication as serious as I do, and it kind of makes it hard for me to deal with certain people because I really take into account the way I say things and how I'm gonna say it. At times I do make mistakes. Of course, I'm not perfect, but it really like hinders certain relationships, and like that's kind of like another thing where I'm at now in life, where I'm kind of like distancing myself from certain people in certain relationships in certain places, because like it comes down to like I just care way too much. You know what I mean? and I can't control it. You know what I mean? I can't control how much I care about stuff. You know,
Yeah.
and I know myself enough to know like this is just how I am. And I used to try to fix it and try to act like I didn't care, but it's like I can't not care. So the best thing for me to do is just to
Just distance
distance
yourself.
myself, because if I care so much about the things I say to you or how you feel about the things I say to you and you don't, like we're gonna end up in a situation,
Yeah,
you know
we're
what
gonna
I mean?
collide.
And I rather us just be friends from a distance than us
Yeah.
not be friends
Friends.
at all. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because like again, I care about a lot of things and a lot of people, and communication is like something I take hella serious. Because like I've seen so many things go left, so many things go right just by communication. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
it's always been, you know, like growing up, Mac Dre was like my favorite artist, and Mac and his name's after master of communication. It's always been and of course he was communicating like macking on girls and giving game, but I was just always fascinated by being able to talk your way in or
Get
out
out
of
of
a
situation.
situation. You know what I mean? My dad was the same way, bro. Like up until he passed, bro, I seen this man like the way he was with words. Like he knew how to like get me to just, you know what I mean? He knew how to get anyone to just like
Just do it for him.
do it for him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like man, like I'm talking we're my dad's he died, he was like 60 plus. I'm talking we're leaving Walmart, he mid 50s, he popping in the parking lot, like still, you know what I mean, still able to do his thing, you know what I mean? And like then I see him go into like meetings with whole like county officials and like get big lump
Blessings
sums of
indeed,
money
man.
for his organization, his
Man.
nonprofit, you know what I mean? He's
Mm.
just like me, you know, dope fiend piece of, you feel me, gang
Hey,
banging,
they
you
don't
know what
be.
I mean?
The saying is true, man. Conversations rule the world, man.
Literally ruling nation, bro. So
That's a real thing.
but
So,
shit, I mean, I think that's it, bro.
yeah, most definitely appreciate
Episode
you,
3.
bro.
Thank you for being the first guest,
Yes,
bro.
sir. I appreciate you, bro. This most definitely was a good conversation, riveting one to say the least, man. I most definitely learned a lot. You taught me some things, you know what I'm saying, moving forward. So yeah, I
And
appreciate it,
hopefully, if we
bro.
get a chance, we have another chance for you to get on here before we dip. But if not,
Oh, we should do one before I dip, and then when we get back home, when we get back to America, we gotta
yeah,
link up and
we
then we
gotta
gotta do
link up
one.
for sure, definitely, bro. Again, thank you. Again.
Living life of bacon, I'm Bay affiliate.